good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you for tuning in to Diaspora on the Rise with your homegirl, Alex, your host with the mostest. I want to, guys, just ask you to excuse my voice today. I have a terrible cold. I think it's winter turning into spring, and it's ridiculous outside. It's raining. It's just cold. It's just horrible. These are the times when you miss your homeland. You miss Uganda. You miss Kenya. You miss wherever you're from in Africa, and you just want to be in that sun and soak it up. But since I'm here, I'm trying to, think of home and reminisce while I'm with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Share the page. We have an amazing artist with us here today. You guys have seen the flyers going around. I know we've been sharing a lot of lady designers, but today I wanted to do something for the men. I wanted to bring somebody who's doing something a little bit different, and the reasons that are pushing him to do it are a little bit different, and they're very inspiring, and they're just heartfelt. So we wanted to bring him and have him talk to you guys, tell him have him talk to you guys about what fuels his passion, why he's doing what he's doing. And this is the month of fashion and artistry where you guys have seen us online. We've been bringing all these designers, celebrating them, loving on them and what they're doing. And we are continuing in that spirit. April is going to be that kind of month. We are continuing to celebrate them and what they keep doing. You guys have seen us, you have seen the flyers going around. His name is a bit hard. He's from Ghana. So all you Ghanaian ladies, Ghanaian men out there, Ghanaian, everyone who's watching, this is for you. You have seen him, you've seen the designs. If you went to DJ Q's Dashiki Night fashion display, he was one of the designers, and his designs were fabulous. So I'm going to have him talk to you guys, introduce himself actually, and say a few words to you guys, and then you guys will, love on him, ask him any questions that you want to ask, and just see why he's doing what. Ask him anything actually. He's an open book. Well, let me scratch that. I don't want to have you guys ask anything. But he's a good guy, and he's going to talk to you guys about what keeps going, why he's doing this. And before I keep rambling all the time, let me just give him a chance to say hello to you guys, and then we can continue on. So, Akwasi, how are you doing? Thank you for honoring our invite and finally making it into the studio.
Thank you for having me.
I know you're a bit nervous, but don't worry. There's nobody there's no one going to scare you, and so just be yourself. So talk to everyone, introduce yourself, tell them what you do, how old are you, if you're single, all those little details. Then we can move on. Okay,
my name is Akwasi-Oduro Boakye-Yiadom, and from Ghana, West Africa. My fashion line is called Boak. It's the first four letters of my last name. So I back in high school, I had a friend that used to call me Big Boak. So that's what I kind of got it from. Just went with the Boak designs, Boak movement, Boak culture. Everything Boak, everything Boakful. Yeah.
So the design is your designs are very, very amazing. My producers are going to be showing all the designs online, so you guys see them. They're fabulous designs. He does mostly for men, and there's a reason for that. And then he does some plus sizes for the women. So we're going to have him tell us what inspired him. How did he get started? The story that you're going to hear is a story that is inspiring and heartfelt, and it tears at your heartstrings. And we're so happy to be a part of it. So glad that we got to know about people like Akwasi who are out there doing everything they can despite what life has dealt them. So Akwasi, your name, I'm gonna just keep changing it out. So tell us about how you started. How did this journey for you start?
So before I started doing fashion, I wasn't really into fashion. I just really was selfishly like to dress better. The reason why I really started making stuff is because in 2015, I kind of dealt with a lot of health issues, meaning I had a stroke, and I also had, once I had my stroke, I had heart failure.
Oh, God.
So it went from October 2015, and then I needed open heart surgery in November. So it happened rapidly. So it was a really hard transition in my life because I was playing basketball, and that was my life. And now I had to do something else. I had to become something else. So I couldn't get a heart immediately. So what I have is a LVAD, which is a left ventricular assist device.
Wow.
It pretty much keeps your heart running. It's pretty much like an artificial heart. It keeps you running till you actually get a heart. So I'm on a heart transplant list, and I've been on it for 3 years now. So still waiting for a new heart. And I used to always be a fashionable person. I used to always wear nice stuff, and I couldn't really be as fashionable as I want to anymore because I had this device, this big device that I couldn't hide it. I really didn't feel comfortable with it. I was very depressed, like all that. So I decided that I'm gonna start making my own stuff with the help of family and everybody. I started making my own things. Like, first thing I started with is learning how to make side panels.
Side panel. You didn't even have any sewing history. Like, you didn't know how to button a button or sew a button on.
No.
Or I don't know that either. I don't know even one thing. But God, continue. No, go ahead.
I didn't know how to do anything, so I just learned how to do side panels because I figured by doing side panels, because it's on my waist.
Oh yeah.
So if I do side panels, it will open up like the midsection, so it will be able to be covered.
Okay.
Then people won't be able to see it. So I started with side panels, and then I got really into different things, and I started wearing my own stuff, and people were like, hey, I want what you're wearing. And I'm like, absolutely not.
No, it's like one of a kind. It's custom made.
It's just mine. I'm just going to wear it for myself. So, but then after a while, people just kept saying it, and I was like, okay, I'll just come out, I'll just do something. And then actually, a lady friend of mine was having a fashion show, Afro-inspired fashion show.
Yes, Afro-inspired,
yeah. Yeah, and that was my first fashion show ever. And I had a whole bunch of stuff that I made that I had a tailor that I use help me make. And then that was my first fashion show, and it was hectic. I didn't know what I was doing.
I think I was that Q's show.
Yes,
that was because I emceed that show, and everyone was in tremors. Everyone was back in the background, and everyone was trying to rush here and there. But that story is amazing. There's so many designers who are inspired by, you just want to see somebody look good, or you just want to see a print on somebody. And the reasons behind what they do is, there's so many reasons, but this one is literally close to the heart.
Yes.
Literally close to the heart. And we want to thank you just for persevering through those conditions and saying, you know what, I'm going to start something. I'm going to do something bigger than myself. And you shared because you didn't keep it to yourself. You're like, I want to be the only person, but you shared it with the rest of us. Exactly. And we are definitely liking the results of you coming out and so how were those first months when you started? Did it get comfortable for you? I mean, you were doing your own designs.
Yeah.
How were those first months when you're transitioning, just trying to work your way through your situation?
The first month starting, it's still hard now, but it was extremely hard then because I really didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was I wanted the design to look a certain way, but then I knew mathematically or pattern-wise, it wouldn't make sense. So I had to learn how to pattern and figure out how everything is done. And also I didn't want my line to be for really skinny women, and because I'm a big guy, I'm 6'8".
Oh yeah.
So I don't want my line to be for because there's always custom clothes for skinny people, large, extra large, and medium, small. But there's not a lot of 2X, 4X. Bigger people, broad shoulders, stronger people. There's not really nothing out there for them. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make my stuff to specifically serve those, my kind of people. I
want to take a moment and just read the comments that are online because people are watching you. Oh my God, you look to be a fashionable person. And somebody else, Emma Nabs, saying this, you are a genius. And then we have people saying, thank you for teaching us what you're doing. We're learning from adversity. It's so powerful. We have somebody saying you're creating to survive and be clothed. That is so humbling. So the comments are really coming in too fast for me to read them. Thank you for bringing us into your world, even though you're still waiting for a heart. And then they put some love comments over there. So it's that's the most like heartfelt. I don't know what you just, the story is, I teared up when I sent it to my producer. I'm like, did you see this? This is the reason why. Because when you sent me, you told me, look at my bio. I'm like, okay, bio, let me go. I go out and check it out, and I'm like, God. Like, the reasons behind why we did this show is to find people like you, to just have people like you come out and share your story and say, even though you guys are suffering, even though you're going through so much, it could be much worse, but make the most of what you have.
Right.
And Diaspora on the Rise is one of the shows that we find people who are doing something, because this is amazing that you're sharing your talent with the rest of the world, despite the fact that, you know, you have some situation that's pushing you to keep doing it. And we love the fact that you want to share this with the world, and it's like taking you places. And eventually we're going to pray real hard that heart works out. But in the meantime, we're glad that you shared this talent with us, and we want to thank you for that. Guys, if you're tuning in, please take a moment to share the page with somebody you know is going to love talking to Akwasi, hearing his reasons behind this, the fashion. Talk about your first line. How did it happen? I mean, well, we know how your first line happened. But talk to us about the line that you're most proud of. What's the one outfit that you've created and you said, you know what, I'm actually good at this. I might keep going. What's the first line and how did it impact you, like, when it changed?
So, like, I'm really obsessed with, like, roses.
Yes.
And roses on guys, roses on. So I really love the black gown that was made. I really like that. That was my first one. I was like, oh my God, like, it's my favorite. And I'm really obsessed with roses. And also, I love that I made a half jacket out of roses for a guy, for my little brother. He wore that. It was, so like, that's what really was like, okay, like, I want to do roses. But then also, I wanted to do Afrocentric stuff, but also I wanted to bring in a little bit of like the Southern American culture. So I started making like ponchos, which I call drinking in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like these ponchos that are African inspired, but also look very different. I started making those as well. So those are what I'm really proud of right now. But like back then, but now I just came out with my newest collection, which is called Opulence.
Opulence. Yes, we're going to talk about that in a few. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so Opulence, the reason why I came up with the name Opulence is because opulence means luxury.
Yes.
Luxury. So I wanted my thing was there's simplicity and luxury. So like I wanted to make my clothes very simple, but also luxurious and affordable. So that's why I came up with Opulence. So like I'm wearing one of my newest collections, which is the African inspired suit, which is very comfortable, and it looks business, and it looks luxurious. Yeah. But also it's comfortable and it's affordable. So
we love the fact that you're talking about. We have people who are talking. Thank you, Alex, for bringing this unique, inspiring story. Your blessing and inspiration. Thank you, guys. We have a person who's saying, "A man who loves roses. I'm in love." Okay. And then we say, "Is the guest single?" We are asking for a neighbor. We will let you know about those details in a few. But in a few minutes, we're going to be going to commercial, and we're going to come back with those designs. You're going to be seeing them online. My producer will keep pushing them for you guys to see them, so that you have them. You can see his designs, you can see his work, you can see what he has done so far. And then we're going to go, we have a guest in the studio who's going to show you how the Opulence line looks like.
Yes.
And what inspired you to do, to go through that collection. And guys, if I'm telling you, if you have a guy you want to show off, this is the line that you want him to wear. These are the clothes that you want him to wear. And Boak makes such good designs that these are the designs you want your man to come out and say, yes, he looks nice. I want to show him off to everybody. That kind of outfit. So I'm wearing jewelry that's made by him. You can't see it up close, but I'll have my producers like zoom in. I'm wearing jewelry that's made by him. He does jewelry. He does the bags. You're going to see that collection in the next few minutes. But for now, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back in the next few minutes. So stay tuned and call your friends to watch with you. Okay? Bye. Oh, no, but we're still here. All right.
What? I think. It comes, the furs come detachable. We also have detachable fur on the hands as well, which I didn't bring, but and it comes with in two different colors. There's tan and there's also black. And the trench coat and the overcoat is very, it could keep you warm. So you don't have to put nothing over it.
Is there anything underneath, or is just the material that's it? There's like a lining in there that's...
Yeah, there's a lining in there for like not for winter, but it's more of like a spring going in, a spring more, but not for winter. But also I came out with the different inner suits that go with it. I have orange, black, green, red, gray, and yellow. A mustard yellow. So these come in what I'm wearing. They come in those different colors.
Yeah.
And also I have 5 jackets that are available. This is one of the jackets. And there's also matching sets for kids as well as women.
Oh, so that's it. So you guys, I mean, if you see how it's like, look, I'm going to have him stand up in the next few minutes so you guys can see how it looks like. So if you can just help us stand, and then we can have it turn and they could see how this collection is. Like, this is an amazing, like, piece of art right here, guys. If you can see it, I'm going to have my producer go a bit back. Wow, there you go. This is something I would like, go out. You look like money, even if, like, rent hasn't been paid. I don't know. This is something for everybody. This is one of those things that makes me love this African prints. And African prints right now are the trendiest things alive. Everyone wants to have their own piece of African or Ankara or African wax print. Is this wax, or it's like genuine cotton?
This is woodine.
The material is called woodine. Where do you source them from?
Ghana.
From Ghana, straight from Ghana. How does that work out for you? Do you go back to Ghana and buy and bring here, or do you have someone who supplies you and brings them here?
Yes, I have somebody that goes to Ghana and gets them for me. Also, I have family members in Ghana that ships it over to me as well.
Have you gone to Ghana yourself to just look around and the fashion? And
I go to Ghana once every other year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
And have you had a chance of doing a show back there, or it's just specifically here?
Yeah. So I've only been doing this for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I haven't really gone back there to do a show, but I would love to do that. Bring like some uniqueness.
Oh, nice. Ladies, tell us what you think about these jackets. They do have also matching sets for the man and woman. They also have for your twins. I definitely know I'm going to buy my twin one. But this is really, really amazing. And we do have some of the designs on my left. I'm going to just stand up and see and show those to you. I don't know if Akwasi, you're able to stand up and go back and so he's going to show you guys how other designs are, and he's going to talk about them as well. Let me see if we can grab my wire here and go and show you, just like we did last time, so that you guys can see the new design. I'll bring it out for you.
So, what we got here?
And as I told you earlier, he did say he's like a big man, so he created this fashion line just specifically to cater to guys who are a little bit, taller, bigger, and because you don't find a lot of African designs for people like that. So for people who have like basically me, I'm a bit on the curvier side, so you don't get to see these outfits out there. So this is something I'm wearing. It happened to look exactly like one of the things that he has in his collection, but I only got the jewelry for today. But he has amazing collections and designs for you guys to see. So this is the opulence one. I'm going to have him talk about it. And
yes, so this is the one. This is one of the jackets. It comes with a detachable fur. So, for instance, if you want to wear it in the summertime, you could take the fur off, and if you want, we also have black fur. So you could get one jacket and get two sets of furs on the hands and the top. So I have that, and I have it in this color. I have it in black, red, and black, and I also have it in green. Oh. And then I have it in what's my other color? I forget the other color.
What's your other color?
I have it in kente print.
Yes, the kente print
is. I have it in the kente print as well. And
so this is what you're wearing exactly.
Yes, I'm wearing the.
So wait, let them show you. So he's a big man, and if you have a big man out there, he looks very well put together. He looks very, very decent, very handsome. And this is I think, how much is this? Because people I think would like to know.
The set is $95.
And that's really good. So the material is what? It's really, really smooth.
Yeah. So this is suit fabric material. Is material used to make suits with. So the reason why I use this is because it's very comfortable. It's nice for the skin. And it feels really well, and it looks like when people see it, they're like, nice suit, but it's not. It's a suit. I guarantee, I wore it, and people were like, oh, you have a nice suit on. You have a nice suit on. I'm like, thank you. So it's really nice. So the rest of
walk us through the rest of your collection.
So the rest is from last year. It's just various African Ghanaian prints, basic shirts for the men. These are only $15.
15? Wow.
Yes, they're only $15. And what we do is we do pop-up shops in African festival, and then we go to different festivals and we sell that. And if people subscribe to our emailing list, we give them like 5% off. Oh wow! And,
I know of people, but I know people are interested in the $15 ones, and the prices are very, very affordable for you guys. The opulence one, it's just a new collection, so that price tag may be a bit up because as you hear the word, it's opulent, so it's extravagant, it's a bit expensive, it's luxurious. So how much is the opulent collection going to be going for?
So the jackets are going for $300.
With the fur or without?
With the fur.
Okay.
With the fur. Each jacket comes with their own fur. This one comes with the black fur, but you have an option to buy
extra fur,
the brown fur as well.
And the fur, buying an extra set is how much?
For the fur, buying an extra set for the fur is $15 because it's $50 because you get the fur and the two
matching sets.
Yes, and it looks just like that. And you get the jacket. It also comes with the matching that goes around.
That goes
around it.
And he does jewelry. Is this part of your collection as well?
Well, this is jewelry that I got from Ghana, and then what I do is I put it together.
Mix and match
the jewelry together.
All right. Well, on my way, I need to be creative. I need to have like an art or a hobby or something I do. I need to be as great as these people because clearly the only thing I do is yap all day. So I need to be like doing something on the other hand that people will be like, wow, I'm multi-talented and stuff. I'm so inspired right now. So this is such a beautiful collection. Let me just have you sit back and we can continue with this. Guys, it's very, very affordable. The prices are really, really good. The shirts are going for, we didn't ask for the price for the kaftan, but the prices are really, really affordable. It's $15 for the shirts, and then the opulent collection, just because it's, as you hear the name, it's opulent collection, but very affordable, very, very well made, nice fabrics. These are one-of-a-kind fabrics, so you're going to be having it by yourself. You're not going to be wearing, when you go to to malls and you're wearing the same shirt with like 12 other people. The prints are really your own. I don't see like a lot of people wearing the same clothes, so that's something. Let me see what you guys have written online. Let me ask. He's so creative. I'm so inspired, bro. We have so many people saying that. Amazing. Wow. I'm fighting to keep up with all this design language. But I think he's being as easy as possible. So it's not using like big words of, words that I can't understand. So what's next for Boak? What do you see yourself doing in this 2019?
So what I see myself doing is making this collection available to people that want to be luxurious but doesn't have the luxurious money. But also making my goal is like, if you put on the clothes, you have to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So even when I have my models wear it, I'm like, are you comfortable in this? If not, take it off. We're going to put something else on you. So it's about comfortability. It's about feeling good. And also it's about looking good without having it be too tight or be too loose. Just be comfortable. So what I see Boak going is just being able for everybody to wear it and be like, I feel Boak. I have Boakful beauty. I feel good. I look good, and just feel comfortable. So
the new trend of like fashion designing clothes for a plus size. How's that going for you? I mean, we know for your size for a man, yes, you've had to do that, but now you've ventured into creating designs for women. How is that going for you? How did you get started? You're not going to be one of those designers who say, no, I like the little models, and how did you decide to let me just go this opposite direction?
Yeah, because I mean the fashion industry is very, very judgmental. Like I was researching on like how to get into different fashion weeks, and the requirements they have for the shows is the model has to be 0 to 1. 0 to 4, like 0 to 2, and this is the measurements they need to be. So these are the requirements to even submit your collection. So even if you want to do plus size, like you have to be in another fashion week or part of another different things. If you really want to be known, you have to do this. And I was just like, I'm not doing that, like, because I'm a big guy and I like bigger women, and I feel like every time I go on anybody's website, all you see is large, medium, and small.
Yep.
For everything.
It's really, really hard to go out and shop. Yeah.
It's barely a woman even sees a size 8. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna have larger sizes. Yes, it's gonna be more expensive. Obviously, it's more expensive because it's more material. Yes. But like, so it is what it is. You have to. I'm doing what I feel like I want my brand to represent. So yeah.
And I think that's really good, because it's hard for people who are like, especially African women, if you can't find things that are made for you, or so I have an issue. It's hard for me to find jeans or even pants that fit right, because my behind is the size of a Mack truck. So it's hard to find things that fit just right. And you keep going to all these websites. You want to dress like them. You want to go out and do feel nice and feel comfortable. But it's hard to find clothes that are out there for people our sizes. So it's good like somebody's taking an interest in and saying specifically that I'm catering to this category of women, and I want them to be out there. The how do you call it? Boakful beauty. Boakful beauty. They all want to feel like Boakful beautified at the end of the day. So that's really good that you're taking that on. Do you have anything that puts you down? Like, are there any bad days for you when you're like, oh God, I hate fashion. Why did I do this in the first place? Do you have any down days where like?
Yes, all the time. Logistics and business wise. It's extremely hard, and it's very hard to get the logistics correct. And it's like working 24/7 and sewing and figuring this out, and it's extremely hard. And it's not for somebody who is not. This is not for somebody who loves sleep. Oh, like. Yeah.
You have to give it up for now.
Yeah. So you have to, and the thing is, like, the way I look at it is like, anytime I'm in a space where I want to give up, I think about I'm breaking through a barrier and somebody's trying to stop me. So if I give up, I can't get where I need to get to. So that's true. Anytime I get over that barrier, something great happens. Because anytime like I'm about to like give up, I'm like, okay, every time throughout my life I try to give up, something great happens after. So
right afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, I got to push through. And even if I got to take 5-minute naps and still work.
Kind through and just continue. Like that is inspiring to hear. That is amazing. That's just a good wake-up call for everybody.
Yeah, and it's not easy. I mean, I get a lot of help from, seeing my therapist, being able to talk to them about different things, my mental health, having a vision board, planning my year accordingly.
Yeah. Doesn't this all put strain on health-wise what you have to do?
Yes.
Because I'm saying all these late, like you hardly sleep, you have to put up a show. Like just the fact that you had to put on a show 2 days ago, that must have been stressful and intimidating and overwhelming. So health-wise, how do you balance all that, knowing you have family and everyone else?
So I go to the hospital twice a week for a blood work. So for the last 3 years, I go to the hospital twice a week. And I still work a regular job. And so the way I balance this is it's hard to balance, and I have to get my rest. But sometimes, like, there's days where I just can't even get out of bed. But, something you have to deal with. I mean,
you got to keep pushing through.
You got to keep pushing through. Like, I mean,
that's deep.
If you really want to get where you need to get to, you just can't let little things stop you. I think they're little things. People might think it's huge, but I just got to keep going.
Wow. There's so many people who are going to be inspired by this message that you just told us, and you're pushing through adversity. You're pushing through. There's nothing as big as health. Anything that concerns health is such a big deal, and you are working through all that, and you are keeping on and pushing through. You're inspiring like a lot of people. Do you have something to say to all the guys out there who, have to come from Africa and come here and try to build a dream, try to push through? Because everyone is were you born here or you were born?
I was born in Ghana. I came here when I was 13.
Well, there you go. So it's there are particular things that your parents would have wanted you to do.
Yeah.
What did your parents want you to do?
So
before?
My parents, they were very open. My dad, my uncle is a brigadier general in Ghana. So I really wanted to be a police officer. So I went to school to be a police officer. I went to school for criminal justice. Wow. That's what I really wanted to do. But basketball led me another way where I played basketball. It left me. So I really wasn't able to be a police officer. But that was my dream, and it's still my dream today. But I can't because of my heart issues. Yeah. But it's okay. But my parents were very supportive of everything I did. My dad, I didn't know my dad used to make bags. My mom sewed. I didn't know none of that. So I guess I probably learned from them, maybe gene wise. And my parents were very unique because they went in and out. So. In and out of Africa, so it was very normalized. Well, to me, that you can do wherever you want, and don't be afraid to fail, and you should fail more than you succeed, and that's what makes you a successful person. So
we fear failure. We fear to fail. We fear to fail a lot. We would rather pretend we're successful than say that we failed at this. And so it's a good message. There's so many guys who want to come from Africa and come here and pursue it. I know a lot of people who are out there doing clothes and designers who are working in a little shop and they're creating for their family. So the fact that you come out from Ghana and you overcame all these adversities, all these things that were thrown at you, and you've done so good. We're very happy that we've managed to meet you guys. Frida Sevalu, thank you so much for always being online and supporting us and sharing. She's saying we're here if you need plus size models. So she's offering that. Thank you for thinking about all the full size curvy women. Thank you. We shall be praying for you, brother. Thank you for pushing on even when you didn't feel like waking up. The messages are really, really heartfelt. If I had two hearts, I would give you one. May the Lord put a way where there is no way for you. for you, brother. And my thoughts go to you. Great parents. You have great parents who have given you a good lesson. So thank you guys for always sharing and loving on the page. He does have a Facebook page, so I'm going to ask him to just give you all those details. And if you want to purchase, if you're in Boston or if you're around the USA and you want to buy some of these designs, I'm going to have him talk to you guys before we sign out. So just take a moment and just tell people where they can buy your clothes and where they can come and meet you.
Well, where you can buy our clothes right now is we do a lot of pop-up shops. So we're about to open a website, boakful.com, which is just Boak with FUL.com, where we're going to keep consistent updates on where we're going to be with like pop-up shops. And also you can email us if you want any of our designs. We'll be able to get that made for you till we figure out the logistics of it. Just remember that. Just know it's going to take a while to get it, but you get your product and it will be quality, because quality takes time. So, and my Facebook is Boakful. It's just Facebook/Boakful. And my Instagram is also Boakful. And then my Twitter is Boakful. So everything's Boakful. So,
Boakful.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for tuning in and sharing the page. Continue to share the page with all your friends and family, or anyone you think is very, very interested in doing what we coming to the show. If you do know anybody who you think qualifies to be on this show, we want to highlight those guys who have come from wherever they came from Africa, and they've come here. It doesn't even have to be Africa. It has to just be somebody who has crossed the waters from their homeland, be it England, Scotland, Australia. It doesn't matter, as long as you're not home, but you've come to the land of plenty right here, and you have built a dream, and you want to do, you're inspiring your community, you're giving back in any way. Those are the stories we want to hear. Those are the stories we want to share with you. We weren't able to show you most of his designs, but we're going to redo this show, and we're going to post all those designs for you so you can see some of the work that he has done for the Afro Showcase. And we're going to put all these clothes online for you guys, put the emails, contact numbers, all the information that you want, so that you can, if you have, there was somebody who asked if you do custom clothing for them, that they could come to you to see if you can design something for them. So I wanted to clarify that, put that out there and see what the answer would be.
Well, how I do it is, they could look at my designs and say, okay, I want this made in my size, but I don't do like custom clothing as of like you send me like what you want to look like,
a picture,
and I make that for you, because I like everything that I make to be my designs and not like somebody else's designs as well.
That's true. So I guess that answered that question for you guys. Next week we're going to be it's going to be our last week. We've been celebrating fashion designers the whole month. So next week would be our last one. Make sure you tune in. We'll have special program for you guys. Thank you for loving on all the designers who have come in so far. You guys have shown overwhelming support for all the designers and loving on their products and all that good stuff. So we want to thank you so much for. I see somebody has posted a picture of one of the designs that you had, so I guess folk would always see that. We're going to keep those pictures coming for you guys so that you can see what Akwasi does for a living, what he likes to do all the time. We do have some of the t-shirts here. They didn't show it, but the material is amazing. Amazing material. As I said, you're going to be one of a kind. You're not going to be sharing all this. You're not going to be sharing your limelight with anybody else, but you're going to be superbly well dressed. So we're going to have you say one last word before we tune out.
Well, one thing I want to say is never give up on your dreams. You're the author of your own story. You can write your own endings, and make sure that you stay consistent with yourself and your faith.
All right, nicely said. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Diaspora on the Rise. Thank you. Have a lovely day. We'll see you next week. Bye.
So hard, if it wasn't for this, I would take the plane to Campfire. See what you man, you can show. Campfire, see what it is.